That was an absolute pain getting them to stand up like that. So, I thought I'd take a little break from the ambient stuff quick to show you this interesting little battery. So, whilst it's not radioactive, sadly, I mean, it would be cool, despite being a little bit dangerous. Science cutaway, because actually, when I first saw this, I thought of the Simpsons green rod, but apparently cadmium is still used in the control rods of nuclear reactors.
Radioactive.
It acts as a very good neutron poison. It basically absorbs excess neutrons and it stops or slows the fission reaction from occurring. So yeah, it's quite interesting. And you know, it's still used across lots of different industries despite being toxic. I think most recently in the QLED TVs. So
Radiation.
is the battery for the Marantz series of field recorders, cassette field recorders. The Marantz came out in 1985 or thereabouts for the worldwide market. This is the other one. I was lucky enough to get a whole set once, and I wanted two because if one broke, then I'd always have another one, or I could use parts to repair it and things, and it's something I did about 4 years ago. I used to repair them. The one that came all together, it had the actual battery in it, and I'd never seen one before. So essentially, this replaces this. And on the back of the Marantz, the 430 at least anyway, you can see DC is needed is 4.5 volts. This battery puts out about 4.8. Have you ever seen this many Marantzes in one place? Yeah, there's a bit of a Marantz obsession going on at some point. It says, to save on battery replacement, we recommend using a Marantz rechargeable battery pack. Model RB430 details in owner's manual. One of these that just came, it came with a case, a charger, and that was it. But then the one kit that I did find came with this, which I just ignored because I just assumed it would be dead. After looking online for a bit, realized that these batteries actually last a really long time. I was going to split it apart and sort of take a look at the internals. This is full of probably ridiculous amounts of cadmium, and when this does eventually die, if I can get it to work, I'll take it to a special recycling place that deals with that. Maybe they can recoup some of the cadmium for something else. Yeah, it's just, you don't want to be putting this in your normal recycling. So I've tested it and it is dead. Right, so bang on, it's like 2 volts. So 3 volts is definitely needed for it to work. It wasn't enough for any playback or anything to at least come out of the monitor. I've been looking to try to see whether there was a specific kit for this that came with it, but I assume it's just something that you ordered from the factory. There's a drawer in there for the terminal for the rechargeable battery there and the terminal for the ordinary battery. So it's good. They made it completely cross-compatible in terms of, you know, that over that. Charging, so 16 to 24 hours. Right. So we'll leave it for a day. And there is a note here that the previous owner did actually underline, saying, do not use this or overcharge it. It can overcharge. And they do put on their charging time 16 hours. This is not lithium ion. Will it blow up? I'm not sure. Hopefully not. Despite it looking like a fuel rod as well, which just doesn't help. So the thing that I was interested in as well is whether the battery would act as a UPS. So say you're out doing a recording and you've got it plugged in. If you had a power cut, but you were still doing an interview with someone, would it fall over? And unfortunately, from the manual, there is a passage here saying it won't work. I'll try it, I'll see whether it works, but yeah. The Marantz UPS Interview 9000 might not work. But it seems like an interesting feature they could have added, but anyway. We're gonna charge it up for a few hours, probably a day or so, and then we will test the voltage, see how much it's putting out, 40-year-old battery, see whether it still works. You get these little sheets of stickers in cassettes, so I cut them up and I put them on here saying how long you actually get on the battery, because it's not true. So I'm going to put a tape in and I'm just going to keep flipping it, and I'm going to set it at a standard volume, and we're just going to let it run and see. It's the 40-year anniversary actually of the Marantz, so I'll do another video on that. It honestly is just such an incredible machine. Arguments about wow and flutter and making, and it's not, it's a poor man's TCD5 and things like that. They honestly are such well-built, incredible machines that still stand up today. And quite often all they need is a little belt change, a little, cap stand clean, maybe a little head clean, demag. So I thought I'd do a little video on the battery. Let's get it charged up. Okay, so it's been a day. It's actually been two. So, I mean, it should definitely be charged by now. I did just quickly press it and it is working. Alright, this is one of my unreleased tracks. That sounds good as well. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Okay, right. So let's just check the voltage now. Because, okay, so it's about 18 hours charge. So let's have a look. Right. 18 hours. There we go. Well, this is saying it's actually putting out about 5 volts, which I'm quite impressed by. It can definitely still hold a charge. I'm interested to see how long it'll actually last for. So I am gonna play. Let's find one of these tapes. I am gonna let this just run and play. Here we go. Fresh Lotus Blossom. So that's 1980. Right. If there's music on the cassette, then at least I'll be able to get a good judge for exactly how long the battery will last for. Nice packaging there. Oh look, I didn't have seen these pictures at the back before. Look at that. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I know that one to get the battery out. Yeah. Full. I mean, it's not entirely full, but that's, yeah, it's not dry. It's empty. So on this model, the only works on the one side. So that's good. That's a good start. So yeah, I'll do a little time lapse. Let's see how long it lasts for. So the time is, okay, let's go. Right, I've actually had to stop the test. The battery goes on and on and on and on. So all the controls here have been set to normal, no Dolby, normal speed, MPX filter off, memory view off, and the volume monitor has been set to either here and occasionally here. So it's not full volume and it's not full, it's just sort of mimicking playback. Honestly, it's got about 5 hours out of it. And after about 5 hours of me continuously taking the cassette out and then flipping it and then taking it back out, and then I even tried it with a TDK because this lovely vintage Chinese tape, I couldn't guarantee exactly how long the length of the tape was. I knew I had 60 minutes on it. So I knew that by flipping it, I would get an average equal time. Yeah, it just keeps on going. So I'm absolutely shocked. So I'm gonna give it a quick test. It's a full 5 volts. It's still a full 5 volts. So I'm super impressed. This actually, I'm not sure how quickly it will degrade now, but this is something that could actually still be used in the field. Doing sort of field sound recordings, or you want to take this machine out and do a vintage interview or something. You could fully still use this battery. See, these are dropping. That's why when I use these, they aren't working properly. Yeah, that's why these are slacking a little bit. 40-year-old battery still works. I guess they don't make them how they used to. I'm very, very impressed. Actually, the way that these generate current is quite interesting. So basically at the anode, the cadmium is turned into cadmium hydroxide, and this generates the extra electrons that are needed. And this provides the current for the battery. When you discharge the battery, these crystals form. And when you recharge the battery, the hydroxide crystals revert back into the cadmium, allowing the process to recycle. So this is how you get your charging cycles. What's interesting is this is actually where the memory effect of batteries and recharging comes from. Lithium ions don't actually suffer from this, supposedly. It's a bit of a myth. But basically, sometimes some of these hydroxide crystals wouldn't fully dissolve. They'd clunk up the battery and basically reduce the voltage. So it would appear like the battery's dying. But like I say, I shouldn't have really been surprised because they have extremely long charging cycles, a wide range of operating temperatures, and a really long shelf life. And obviously it wouldn't make a good dog chew toy. So there's that. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah, let me know if there's anything else you want me to do with the battery. I'm not opening it. It's full of cadmium. But yeah, I'm just surprised that it still works. It's absolutely incredible on a 40-year-old battery. So there we are. I will do another video on the Marantz. I hope you enjoyed and stay tuned for the next one.